So we're in Sharei Orah, shiur number 2 after the Hagdama and shiur number 1. Morena Verena to Jikatilia. Amen. I just want to remind you guys tonight, please go home, light a candle for Balatanya of Shnei Or, at the two lights. Because there's a famous story that the woman wanted to name her son Uri, and the husband wanted to name his son Meir. Both mean the same thing, so the rabbi had named them Shnei Or, two lights. Because Meir and Uri, same thing, right? Shnei Or saying that from that the name came the Ashkenazi name Shnei Or, two lights. Shnei Or. Shnei Or is two lights.
Wow.
Shnei Or is a two lights.
Snir,
it's a mountain.
So we should do two lights?
No, not sure. I'm just saying that tonight is the. I mean, technically speaking, look, 350 years later, look at the power of the Chabad. Like they really went out there, right?
It's near Zalman.
Zalman Miladi from Liadi. I'm pretty sure his mom's name was Rivka, but check. Right? He was the father of the Chabad movement. Yeah. He was the student of the Maggid Mezrich, and also Leika from Miriam HaKoveset. She never had any children. We are her children. It's a big zechut.
She used to live in Israel?
Yeah. Yerushalayim Yer HaKodesh. She's buried in Har HaMenachot. No, I'm not writing anything.
No, can you write after?
No.
Okay,
I'm not writing nothing. I'm already spamming the chat. I don't want to spam it more.
Okay,
Let me try chat. So Yosef Jikatilia says, "Vegeder ha'emet u'masoret habrit." Every time I read his words,
Rabbitzin Rivka.
Rivka. So I was right. So Geder ha'emet u'masoret habrit. I love the lashon of the Rishonim. They have such a lashon. It's mamash. It's amazing. Geder ha'emet, the guard of the truth, u'masoret habrit, and the tradition of the treaty. Who writes like this? Only the Rishonim. Whoever wants to reach his desires, his needs. בעניין שמותיו של הקדוש ברוך הוא. In the way of the names of הקדוש ברוך הוא, שישתדל האדם בכל כוחו בתורה להשיג כוונת כל שם ושם אותן שמות הקודש Haniskarim Batorah, a person must always figure out when God says his name in the Torah, in what level is he revealing himself. When he will know how to understand God's revealment, and every time he reveals himself in the Torah, he will reach his desires. Keep going, Ekye. Like the name of God being used, Parsha is even more revealing. Like the name Ekye, Yudke, Havaye, Amonai, Kel, Eloka, Elokim, Shakai, Tzevakot. So over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 names. Every time those names are mentioned in the Torah,
different attributes.
As a different attribute, so you have to know which attribute he's revealing himself at that moment, and then you will reach your desire. That means you can't pray to Hashem anonymously. You have to know how to reach Hashem if you want chesed, you have to have kavanah, the name of Hashem, that's chesed. If you want to pray to Hashem and you want to get Givura, you gotta pray to Hashem in the kavanah of the name of God, that's Givura. It could be Kel, it could be Elokim, it could be Yudke, it could be Tzavakot. You have to know what every name means. That's the true Talmid Chacham.
Isn't there 10 names to all Revelations? Why is there only 9 here?
There's much more than 10, but there are 10 main ones. V'yeda ha'adam, v'yavin. A man must know and understand. He called Shem B'Shem, Me'elu Hashemot. Kulam hem kedimion maftechot lechol davar v'davar. Every name is truly a key to unlock a different pathway. שאדם צריך לכל צד ועניין בעולם. You need always all the pathways and all the keys to open up those pathways. So therefore you must know how to unlock all those doors. כשיתבונן באלו השם, when you will, what's מתבונן? Understand. To look on, I love that word, contemplate every name of those of Hashem's names. ימצא כל התורה בזכות בהם. The truth is, all the Torah is dependent on those names. The secret of the whole Torah, why Hakam Hashem in some mitzvot is machmir, in some mitzvot he's mega, in some mitzvot it's neutral. It all depends on what name he revealed himself in every mitzvah. If you could figure out the name, you could figure out the formula in the mitzvah. When you will understand the greatness of the Torah, then you will be afraid in front of him. Look at this, look at the lashon. V'yishtokek, you will want, you will desire. V'yichsof, another name of desire. V'yitaved, you will desire mamash. Lidabek, to glue yourself. 4 names. Keneged atzirut, birya, yitzira, asiyan. Mitoch yidiyat shonitbara, that means when you know Hashem's name, it's the greatest desire. Let's be honest with each other, guys. We're sitting here in a shir. It's a big desire. We feel a greatness in the shir. Why? We're learning Hashem's names. If you can take that yediyah throughout your whole day, you won't have a desire for anything else. That's the secret of Yemot HaMashiach. Then you will be close to Hashem and your tefillah will be accepted. And this it said, I love the men that know my name. Hashem has a certain affinity to the people who know his name, that want to know him in the names that he reveals himself. Then your tefillah will be accepted. I will answer him. The Pasuk doesn't say, I love him because he says my name. It says because he knows my name. You have to know Hashem's name. You have to know every name what it is.
No, it means like
Hayediyah, the knowledge, hu ha'ikar, says Rabbi Yosef Jekatilia, is the main thing. Then he will call out my name and I'll answer him. So Hashem says, you want to call out my name? First know me first. When you're going to know what name you call me in, then I'll answer you. Those were those tzaddikim that you always guys looking for, those tzaddikim. Those who know the name of Hashem and call out in his name, in the names that he means them, Hashem answers them.
So why we let a layman person say Hashem's name? Let's say you say a bracha for certain things.
No, every man may say his name, doesn't mean he's going to be answered. He's talking about a guy who's asking something from Hashem. Zivu, Parnasa, Shefa, Beracha. You have to know who you're calling out to.
Which aspect?
Exactly. That's exactly the sort of Sharei Kedusha that you have to know the Shorosh Neshama and which Shefa goes into it, and you have to know how it comes down to you. But the truth is, we will learn the Shem Brach, a simple siddur of Kodesh, right?
Yeah.
And in those the nikudas, the nikudot and everything, you will know how to call out in Hashem's name. In your level. So, right. You have to know Hashem. King David, before he passed away, he said to King Solomon, know your God. He didn't say pray to your God. He didn't say see your God, Pastor Shalom. He said, Da et Elokei Avicha, know your God. That's the greatest pleasure. ואחר כך יקראני ואין. Then I will answer him, כלומר שיצטרך לדבר ויתכוון מאותו השם, שאותו השם שהוא צריך לדבר בו, אז I know, then when you will need to call out my name, I will answer you. There's a famous Zohar of Hamnuna Saba, when we learned Gabriel, of Hamnuna Saba. Remember Hamnuna Saba?
Yeah.
He was Shorsh Shmat or Bishimon Bar Yochai, before Bishimon Bar Yochai. He said, I pray to the Balachotem. Balachotem eta, the master of the nose.
Of the what?
The master of the nose.
Nose?
Yeah.
Oh, the high,
Master
it's
of
a
the
high
nose.
level.
Like the
That's
nose,
me.
not the nose.
Yes.
Ah.
To the master of the nose, there's a parzuf in Shamayim, Keter. It's called Arich Anpin. And that parzuf, the bichinat of mercy is very long. Very long. That's called Arich Anpin. Balachotem. I pray to that. I pray to Hashem's bechina in Keter. Or Amina Saba said. And I'm answered.
It's a very high position over there.
Yeah, no, this said the king were a different level.
He
Then us.
prays to that, the parsuk.
When he used to pray to Hashem, everything was bichinat Keter. Keter. Everything was Keter. Keter, Keter, Keter. In Sof Baruch Hu, shemidgale b'Keter.
Keter is the highest, no?
Keter is the highest. Hamnuna Saba could reach Keter. Any person who's bichinat Hevel, and bichinat B'Shimon Bar Yochai, that shorsh. Let me just take the Sharei Gilbulim real quick. Just tell you the neshama from that shorsh. Those person who was come to my Sharei Gilbulim shiur know this. It's Akdama, I believe Lamed Zayin, Lamed Vav. The shorsh neshama of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is it's the highest level of Hevel. The highest level of Hevel. Of Hamnuna Saba. It's Rabbi Eliezer Agadol, that's the Rabbi Akiva. Rashbi, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Rabbi Yehuda Anasi, that's also called Rabbeinu HaKadosh. And the Ari HaKadosh is from this shorsh.
Moshe Rabbeinu is it, no?
Yeah, Moshe Rabbeinu is from this shorsh. Biduk.
I thought it was the Baba Sa.
There's many shorashim from Hevel, but that shorish of Hamnuna Saba comes from it. Of Hamnuna, Rabbi Eliezer Haggadol, Rashbi, Rabbi Yehuda Anasi, and there's many other shorashim from that shorish of Hevel. For example, Lavan. I always like to mention Lavan because you think Lavan was a Rasha, right? From that shorish of Lavan comes out who? Lot. No, wait a second. Lavan comes out. Bilam. Barzilai Giladi, who saved David HaMelech's life.
Wow.
Asa HaMelech, the righteous king of David HaMelech, righteous king. Yehoshaphat HaMelech, righteous king of David HaMelech. Yoyachin HaMelech, Zerubbabel, who built second Beis HaMikdash.
This is a convert, no?
No, Zerubbabel was the descendant of David HaMelech. He's supposed to be Mashiach. Supposed to be. They were assimilated, so Garamahait. Zechariah ben Kivutal, a Tana in the second Beis HaMikdash. Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel, who was the 10 martyrs. From Lavan Shorish. Rabbi Elazar ben Arach. Higher than Rabbi Eliezer HaGadol he was. Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava, who gave the smicha to Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Chutzpita Meturgaman, he was the speaker of Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel. From Lavan, he all came always from Hevel. Baba ben Buta, who made all the halachot from Beit Hillel. In his zechut, he was Beit Shammai, but he made halachot like Beit Hillel because he knew the truth. Rabbi Shemuel bar Nachmani, whoever knows Gemara, his name is like on every other Agadah page. He has so many Agadot in his name. Rav Sheshath, Ravina, Rav Nachshon Gaon, Rav Zarachia Levi. Boys, do we understand who came from Lavan Shorish? Do we understand over here what's going on over here? It's crazy.
So what kind of teshuvah that he did that he went from?
He didn't need to.
What do you mean he didn't need
His
to?
Shorish, his neshama had already in it the ability. That's why Hashem mentions him so many times. Because he was a Shorish neshama. But he had a lot of klipa on
Right, that's
him.
what I'm saying. How
Right.
did you clear that klipa?
They cleared him
Where?
out. After he died, he came back as Bilam. Then
Right.
Bilam came back as Barzillai.
He's already more of God.
Right, he came closer to Jewish. Then he came as Naval a Carmeli. Then he came back as a Jew, Mamash a Jew. So that means, Rabbi said, you could be from Shorish Lavan. How do you know? You could be from Shorish Lavan.
But Esau, can we be from there?
I don't know. The Ari doesn't mention Esau. But I could only tell you what the Ari says. But the point is that you could be from a Shorish Lavan. You don't even know who you're from. But one thing, I'll tell you the truth, we're all from the Ekev.
How many Shorei Neshamot do we have? It's from
Every Shorish could be broken down into 613. Every 613 could be broken down into 600,000 sparks.
Billions.
Do the math, we're the last generation.
No, what I'm trying to say,
then you know.
how many Shorei Neshamot
Yeah.
are there? You said anybody whose name is in the 5 books,
Yeah.
they're the Shorei Neshamot.
We're all the end. Rasmi, we're all the end. We're the end. We're sitting here at 12 o'clock at night learning Torah, we're the end. We're the Kedusha. No, it's the truth. The truth. A person has a dream, he's wearing tefillin, he's learning Torah, he's doing a mitzvah, he's the end. You're the generation that will bring Mashiach Tzidkenu.
Man.
Even if you don't bring him, your sachar is much greater than all of them. You went through much more than they all did. Remember that. Don't ever put yourself down. Put yourself up all the time. You're worth it, okay? So we're going to end the shir over here. Page Dalet. Halotire. You have it? Halotire. Second paragraph. And I wish you guys a good night. We have Rabbi Hanania.
Yes, we do.
Rabbi Hanania.